And then if you get stopped out, it's not a big deal. You also have to adjust your number of contracts along the way. So it's a process. All right, kind of just tick down there quickly to 76 if you are working the order here. Maybe you're getting out right now. If you're working it and it rotates back, maybe you take a little bit. You rotate and get off here, depending on how you're Again, if you're doing a mechanical stop, obviously you got stopped out. If you're managing it with a finger stop, it's a little bit different. So either way, there's no one right way of doing this or wrong way of doing this. But if you did get stopped out, that's fine. And we'll look for the next opportunity, which would be 70 on the downside. Got right up to 79 and 75 up there and took it all out as it rotated there off of the 78 and then came right back down there. And now we're just kind of hovering here. I see where it wants to go next. The next support level we have is down at 70. Okay, we'll continue to downtick here a little bit. Gave you a chance to get out. Rotate it back up to 78 there if you didn't get out. You always got to see what the market's doing. And, if you are into the trade, you saw the rotation not holding as well as we would like, you always get choices as to how you get in and how you get out. You don't have to wait till you get stopped out. Again, coming right back up here to the 78 area. And if you still have some on, then you definitely have a choice here just to exit some of those trades. But if you got stopped out, totally understand. And now we're looking at the 70 down below. So we're talking about the China situation there and what they're doing. And let's see. Bloomberg this morning said China's central bank unexpectedly reduced key policy interest rates as it ramps up stimulus to support a weakening economy. People's Bank of China lowered the rate on its one-year loans, medium-term lending, by 15 basis points to 2.5 on Tuesday. So they are by itself, however, it's unlikely to have much of a durable and beneficial impact. The policy effects are mostly likely to be neutral or negative. So they are definitely having their issues there as far as the economy is concerned. And then in the UK, the UK's latest wage data, including annualized average pay, grew at 7.8% in the first 3 months of June, above the consensus of 7.4. Puts further pressure on the banking sector to extend hiking cycle. So we can see here, you got China on one side doing concerned about their economy there, and then you got the UK kind of doing their own thing. So everybody's all messed up there. All right, we uptick here a little bit. Again, if you did take the level and you had a finger stop, and maybe you're working it here a little bit. If you got stopped out, totally get it. And now we're looking at the 70 below. Upside resistance, don't have any good feel here. Maybe our pivot area, if you're a little aggressive. Otherwise, again, the 90, if we get back up to the 93, remember we got up to 91, so that's a little bit riskier. Sometimes when as the market, we're not going to be as clean as we would like it. We're kind of missing our levels by a little bit or kind of ran through by a little bit. So we have to make adjustments. Not going to be perfect all the time. That's what trading is. You have to adjust here and there every now and then. And sometimes take what the market gives you. And again, a little resistance up here at 80 if you're very aggressive. Really don't like it as much. Don't like the price action right now at all. Have no good feel for it. So we could easily rotate back up here. Maybe a little resistance around our pivot there at 85. All right. So we do have a couple numbers coming out here at 9 o'clock. We'll see what that does for us. We have the housing market index and business inventories. Those are going to be released here at the top of the hour in about 6 minutes or so. And if you look at the chat, you'll see the levels that we gave out this morning. Again, they're a guide to the day, and we always tweak those depending on the price action. Okay, we're up taking a little resistance around the 85. And kind of staying a little bit weak, looking at the next level on the downside there at 70. All right, we're just kind of hanging around the middle of this range here. And we got to see a couple numbers coming out here at the top of the hour in about 2 minutes. We'll see what that brings. Maybe it'll be give us some opportunity. Maybe it won't. We don't know. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We have to wait for opportunities here. Markets are, I wish they would sometimes do what we would like them to do, but they don't. So we have to be patient and wait. We had a little bit of rotation there off of our 78, but we didn't get 80. But if you did jump in there at 77, and hopefully you were able to exit some of those contracts, and then it did rotate back down. Got down to 75 and change there, and then rotated back up. And now we're just kind of hanging here. We'll see what these numbers do to us or not. You can see the ladder ticket there. They kind of lightened the load there a little bit. There's hardly any 100 lots up and down the ladder ticket. They're clearing up the bids and the offers, or the dome, whatever you want to call it. And consequently, they're just kind of lightening up the load in case the number is out of whack. We shall see. The downside support is down at 70. Upside, a little bit at 85. You can see here the numbers are out now. They're a little flush to the downside here a bit. All right, again, looking at the 70 area. '74 level kind of did work a little bit here. I worked area, well, kind of held the 85 area. 75, I mean. All right. Down taking a little, they got support down at 70. All right, we're down ticking a little bit, looking at the 70 area. Very, very choppy here. You see that? Got down to 72 and then pop right back up to 74. And all those algorithms just kind of kicking in there a little bit. And that's why we have to kind of be patient and wait for opportunities. All right, we got down to 72 here. We're just kind of missing our entry points by just that much. Floating back up a little bit. Still looking at the 70 area. There are the levels in the chat if you missed them. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions. Now these numbers are out. Now we're looking at, there's no other numbers. We do have a Fed speak at 10 o'clock. It might create some volatility. You never know what these Fed governors are going to say. Market's staying a little bit weak here after those numbers were released. We're looking at the 70 areas. We quickly come back down here. Whoa, whoa, look at this. Look at this mess. Wow, that was impressive. Hit 70 and flushed all the way down to 66, all in one motion. That was no fun. Like I said, you got to keep your stops in place. You're not going to love any trade we put on, and that was not even fun there at all. All right. Well, again, we were getting to this point right now where we kind of ran through obviously the 70 area here, and got to be a little bit mindful here of whatever is creating this volatility. Next level we're looking at is now at 60. And that was trying to see where we could have gotten short. There was a rotation. Well, we had 85, maybe our blue band there, but we did jump up through 80, 82, 83 area. So that was a little tough to find a little area there to get short. So that was no fun whatsoever. That's why you keep your stops in place, unfortunately. This is the last level. We were working a little bit at 78. This one was not even workable. Bonds here up on their highs here. Where's my chart not working? What's wrong with my bond chart here? I don't know. I figure out what's going on. My bond charts are not updating for some odd reason. All right, we continue to downtick here. Down at 60 is our next support area.
It's not rollover time for the bonds, is it?
No, no, I don't understand why. It's well, my chart is not updating, so um, I mean, with the bonds are up there at making new highs here, and I don't know why my charts are not updating, but my S&P charts are working, so I don't want to mess with it until later. What's going on? How are you?
Doing good.
That was a ridiculous move there at 70. Didn't even give us a chance to work it. All right, we continue to stay a little bit weak here. Why is one chart not updating?
That I can't answer. I know I got a notification this morning. They had a reset of the servers, so through IB, so they said expect delays. So I don't know if that includes your charts or not.
I don't know. I will continue to downtick here, and all of a sudden we got so weak. The bonds are rallying. Somebody must have said something. Trying to look and see if there's anything anywhere. Go ahead.
I said I had that 62 straight up, and it stopped one tick short.
Yeah. Well, we got 62 there, only 27 traded down there. Of course, we had 60, and it got down to 62. So that's the kind of day we're having right now. Well, it was choppy, and then all of a sudden it got pushed here to the downside really quickly. And over the last 20 minutes, I don't know, something's up. Trying to figure out what's up, but I can't find anything. We do have Fed speak at the top of the hour. I don't know if that's happening or not. A little resistance right now would be around the 74 area. All right, well, we got down at 62 there, bounced back up. Again, we were looking at 60 area. course, got down to 62 and not 61, so I didn't get filled down there. And popping back up here, so now my 61 is a little bit, maybe a little bit riskier. You have to adjust there a little bit. Always have to, you know, keep that into consideration. Resistance right now would be around the 74 area. Downside support still going to be at 60, but it's a little bit more tenuous, more riskier than it was 5 minutes ago. So keep that in mind. All right, seem to be chopping around here a little bit. All right, now all my charts are not updating fast enough. This is annoying. Let me see here. Okay, that's not good. Trying to update my charts here as we are talking. Okay. Okay. Well, now they're all frozen. Maybe not. No, bond market is definitely not updating. S&Ps are okay. They're back on track. I don't know what's wrong with these charts today.
Did for some reason the contract on the bonds revert back to the old?
No, it was still this. That's September, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still in December. You may go back and hit what is it, S?
I did that already just now, and it updated the S&P charts, but it didn't update the bond chart. Bond chart is completely frozen.
Is that the one we use for rollover dates?
Yeah, no, it's not rolling over. I mean, I'm looking at these contract. There's not
Yeah,
even
no, what I'm
close.
talking about is going in and clicking on the bond chart and hit the S. Is it? I think it's S.
Just S. Okay, let's try that.
Okay, now pick the right bond chart and tell it to update or whatever.
Well, we are in this SEP one, so
Okay.
let's push OK and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, S&P is still staying a little weak here. Again, next support level was down at the 60 area. Got down to 62, so
I hate that I missed that 62.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had 61, so yeah, obviously it's a lot riskier right now.
I was looking for a better run back to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some pressure on this market. I don't know what is creating it. I'm looking around, can't find anything to make it move here. We got resistance at 74. I would have liked 74. I would have liked 85 and never got back at the 85. So, not my favorite trade this morning, and I got stopped out really quickly there at 60. So that's 70. So that's not good.
Is your chart showing we went down to 62?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got traded 27 contracts at 62. Well, does my chart show it? Let's see. Yeah, it does. We get down. Yeah.
Mine shows 62 and a quarter, so evidently it must be chart trouble day. Yeah, pretty soon we're going to have to trade our charts like they trade the government numbers. Well, we have to make some revisions.
Yeah.